Welcome children to Geography with Juliana. In the last video, I gave you an introduction and description of your geography textbook. I also explained to you what is exactly expected from you as a student as far as exams are concerned. Okay, so today we start with Chapter 1, Field Visit. And every time I start teaching, or if you switch on to the video, you're supposed to get your textbooks along, okay, in order to enhance the learning process. Now, if you open to page 1, you will find that there is nothing about there is nothing about what is field visit, what is the importance of field visit. Okay, what you get here in chapter 1 is an actual data about an actual field visit. Okay, so what type of questions will be asked on chapter 1? Definitely you will get nothing as far as the data in the chapter 1 is concerned. Okay, that means they will not ask you any direct questions based on this particular field visit. But you will be given general questions, mainly open-ended questions, which are like the ones which are given at the end of this lesson. Okay, so those are the type of questions that will be asked based on this chapter. And if you look at those questions, you don't get any answers here in this field visit. Okay, those are based on your previous knowledge. And therefore, you need to know what you have studied in the past and apply it here. You have studied what is field visit in the lower classes in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. So now you have to apply that here. So the type of questions that will be asked is, have you been to a field visit? It's an open-ended questions. Okay, what preparations do you think is needed while going on a field visit? What is the importance of field visit? What preparations will you make? What things will you carry? Is it enough to plan as class 10? Write a report on your field visit to a factory, a market, a forest, etc. Okay, then you will say, what is the use of having this field visit here? As I told you, it's a sample field visit. And as you go through the field visit, it will enhance your own report writing. Okay, so that will give you a lot of tips and ideas about how your own report should be like. Talking about what is a field visit. Actually visiting a place and getting first-hand information is called as a field visit. Then what is the importance of a field visit? Geography is a subject which can be studied best through observation, and therefore field visit is an important tool in the study of geography. By actually visiting a place, we get first-hand information. Many concepts which are otherwise very abstract become clear. For example, if I talk about low tide, high tide, unless we visit and observe for ourselves what is low tide and high tide, we don't really understand these concepts. Then other advantages are we actually visit a place, so that also inculcates in us leadership skills. We have to prepare a lot for a field visit, so that also helps our preparatory methods. Okay, it equips us with preparation. Besides that, when we visit a place, we develop a bond with the environment. We develop a bond with the people. There is mixing of culture. We learn a lot from the people over there. So there is exchange of traditions, exchange of culture. Okay, also we learn the development that might have taken place in that particular area. Okay, so we get, and also we can also check in what way our places differ from that. Suppose if you come from a rural to urban, you will see the vast difference in the human settlements, pattern, living standards, etc., etc. If you go from urban area to rural areas, you may get an idea of what can be done. Okay, if you get an opportunity anytime to go and live in a village. So that also helps us to enhance our observational skills. It will also help us to become good leaders in future. And of course, we also learn many other skills which are required. Normally, for an answer for a question, you need to give 4 points. but I would advise you to write about 6 points or 8 points if possible. Okay, the next question is, what preparations will you make? Now, if you look at page 1, okay, they don't really give you anything over there except what things to be carried. When we talk about preparations, we are not talking about what things we should carry with us. We're talking about the advanced preparations that are necessary. For example, the first thing that we need to do is decide on a day, a date, a place. Then we need to take permissions. Permissions are necessary. Then the next preparation could be, we arrange for a bus, a transport means. We decide on the transport route that needs to be taken. We also decide on the other things that we may require to take along. Most important is a questionnaire. Okay, then we also think about the climate that we may come across. That also comes under preparation. We need to prepare ourselves to face the climate that we may be facing over there. Then, besides taking the permission of your principal, okay, you also have to take permission. Suppose if you are visiting a factory, you have to take an advance permission. You have to carry a map. Of course, our mobile phones today gives us GPS. Okay, so we have the facility of maps already through GPS in our phones, but it's always advisable to carry a map as well. Then, how many days will you travel? How many days will this field trip last? When will the day you will leave, the day you will come back? Okay, and in between, other preparations like hotels, restaurants, etc., etc. Where will you have your lunch? Where will you have your dinner? All these have to be contemplated much in advance in order to make your field visit successful. Then, what are the things that you will carry? Now, if you look at page 1, okay, there are a few pictures that are given here. Can you name them? Okay, you have binoculars, there's a bag, there's a water bottle, there's a camera to take pictures. Okay, the beautiful memories, as well as it will enhance your report writing. There's a notebook, which is very, very important, a pen, pencil, along with a questionnaire. Okay, questionnaire is a very important part of our field visit. Cap, tiffins, dry lunch, okay, a compass that will show you in which direction you are heading, whether towards north, south, east or west, a first aid kit and a map. So besides these, can you think of anything else that can be taken for the field visit? Okay, you can take small bags for samples. Okay, collecting certain specimens or samples. You can carry a box, maybe a carton for collecting all the garbage. Okay, the litter that will be thrown or collected during our entire field visit. Okay, we can take a string. Okay, that will help us to measure the distances, a ruler. So these are some of the additional things that we should be taking along with us. Is it enough to just plan as a class 10? Definitely not. Okay, as a class 10, you will be able to plan lots of things. But is it feasible? Will it be allowed? Will you get permission? Is there transport facilities that are available? All these have to be kept in mind. And ultimately, the last question could be, write a report on your field visit. Now, they may give you a factory or a market or a forest, or maybe it will be just a general. There you can decide what type of report, which place you would like to add in your report. The question is outline. Just a minute, make a report on your own field visit. So therefore, this sample field visit can be handy for most of us, but also at the end I will discuss how to write a report on visit to a factory. Okay, so this is about the question answers that can be asked here. To add to it, as I told you, okay, I don't know whether I mentioned that, on the right hand side of every page, you also get certain open-ended questions from time to time. So as we go through the entire field visit, I will explain to you these open-ended questions as well. For example, if you were a part of this field visit, what preparations will you make? Okay, that's an open-ended question which we have already discussed. Suppose teacher asks you to plan the visit. As I told you, you can develop leadership skills while planning. So suppose teachers ask you to plan the field visit, how will you plan the details of the field trip? Okay, so these are open-ended questions. There is nothing right or wrong. most of the things you need to understand from your point of view as you are planning, and specify those answers. What precautions will you take continuously during the field visit? Okay, we need to pay attention to the instructions given by the teachers, and also from time to time we need to ask for direction, etc., and other sort of information from the local people. Local people are the best guide for us during a field visit. For example, if you are visiting a riverside, okay, or if you are visiting a coastal area, you need to be very careful about low tide, high tide timings, which you may not know. But the local people are very well adapted to this place. They know exactly the timing of low tides, high tides, etc. So from the local people we can get a lot of other information as well. And most of all, we need to be disciplined, okay, in our approach. Collect more information about mud and wood houses. So from time to time you will come across certain questions related to the actual field visit, which I will be discussing along with you. Till then, till I teach you the next part of it. Bye bye, take care, and God bless you. Thank you.